How's it world? Welcome back to ELWU. We're an adventurous family on a mission around the borders of South Africa. If you're new to our channel, hit subscribe below and join our journey. During our previous adventure, we set up camp at Nature's Valley in the Western Cape, and it was an absolute delight. Now, we've crossed over into the Eastern Cape, eagerly making our way to Gqeberha, where we plan to immerse ourselves in the beauty of the region. But before we reach our destination, we simply cannot resist a detour to the charming town of Cape St. Francis. As we continue our journey, spanning thousands of kilometers, one thing has become abundantly clear. Lucas, our beloved travel companion, thrives on these coastal roads. The ever-changing scenery keeps us captivated, and the comfort we find in his presence is truly invaluable. Today's weather is nothing short of perfection, with any remnants of the previous rains fading from memory. Now, as we approach the city of Gqeberha, formerly known as Port Elizabeth and affectionately referred to as the Windy City, we cannot help but notice the abundance of wind turbines dotting the landscape. These turbines efficiently harness the constant winds that grace this area. Before we reach the picturesque coastline, our route takes us through a quaint little town called Dorp, adding yet another charming stop to our adventure. As we drive over the Krom River, we found ourselves entering the vibrant St. Francis area, a renowned holiday destination offering a bunch of activities for all. Our goal is reaching the magnificent lighthouse perched at the very tip of Cape St. Francis. The weather couldn't be more ideal for our lighthouse hunting expedition. With Lucas faithfully watching over the lighthouse, we ventured out onto the rocky terrain. As the wind begins to pick up, we are treated to a breathtaking spectacle of crashing waves fiercely colliding with the rugged rocks. Taking a closer look at the sand nestled amidst the rocks, we discover a stunning sight. Countless sun-bleached seashells scattered across the entire area, creating a captivating mosaic. With our unforgettable visit to Cape St. Francis complete, we hit the road once again. The clear skies offer an unobstructed view that stretches all the way to the horizon. Along our journey, we notice an increasing number of wind turbines, each diligently working to keep the lights on. With the prevailing winds in this area, it seems like an effortless task. Finally, we arrive at our destination, the enchanting Willows Resort. Nestled in an idyllic location, our campsite boasts a breathtaking sea view. The resort also offers a variety of beaches and inviting tide pools with water warm enough for a refreshing dip. Just be cautious of the mischievous little fish in the tide pools that playfully nibble at our toes and ankles. Not far from the resort lies a protected area known as Gqeberha, where we encounter yet another remarkable lighthouse, gradually being consumed by shifting sand dunes. In this area, the wind seems to be a constant companion, adding to the allure of the landscape. Within the protected area, we came across the offices of the Southern African Foundation for the Conservation of Coastal Birds. This vital organization focuses on rehabilitating rescued seabirds. A fascinating tour of their facilities takes us through the rehabilitation wing, where we have the privilege of observing penguins and gannets that have been rescued from various coastal regions and islands. The hospital wing provides specialized care for the more vulnerable birds, aiming to nurture them back to health and ultimately release them back to their colonies once they are capable of catching their own food. Regrettably, not all birds can be rehabilitated and reintegrated into the wild. However, these permanent residents still play a crucial role within the facility, actively participating in educational programs designed to raise awareness about their conservation needs and the challenges they face. Continuing our journey deeper into Gqeberha, we are greeted by a distinctive skyline, adorned with a mix of modern architectural structures and historic buildings that tell the tales of the city's rich heritage. Although we are merely passing through, our hearts are filled with anticipation as we make our way to a much-awaited family reunion of sorts. In Gqeberha, we are greeted by an awe-inspiring sight, rows upon rows of pristine, brand-new cars, fresh from the factory floors of the Volkswagen manufacturing plant. Our destination is the VW Museum, a treasure trove of automotive history. We relish in the nostalgic atmosphere and cherish the memories from a bygone era. Lucas, our loyal companion, welcome home. It's time to reunite with the rest of the family. As we made our way back to the camp, an ominous sight greeted us. The sky was filled with menacing clouds, signaling the approach of something sinister. The wind grew stronger, pushing against Lucas with an increasing force as we drew closer to the resort. From our campsite, the view was both breathtakingly beautiful and undeniably intimidating, a stormy spectacle that evoked a mix of awe and fear. Our previous experience in St. Helena taught us the importance of having a storm net and a tarp, but these impending rolling skies seemed far more severe than anything we've encountered before. With each passing moment, the wind intensified, working away at our nerves and tearing at our tent. The frame groaned and buckled under the relentless assault of the ever-increasing gusts. After a few hours, 2 of the main legs snapped, leaving us with no choice but to make a difficult decision. With our tent damaged and rendered unusable, we braced ourselves for an uncomfortable overnight stay in Lucas, while the howling wind pounded relentlessly against the windows. At its peak, the wind maintained an astonishing 65 km an hour, with gusts reaching a staggering 91 km an hour. The following morning, a decision loomed before us. Was this the end of our journey? With our flattened and damaged tent still lying beside Lucas, should we pack up and return home? No, we resolved not to let adversity dampen our spirits or halt our mission. We saw this as another valuable lesson. Determined to be better prepared for inclement weather in the future, we acquired a small storm tent and sought guidance from seasoned campers. With renewed determination, we once again set up camp, ready to continue our remarkable journey. As if to greet our return, a friendly peacock made its way to our campsite. Its presence brought a sense of warmth and comfort, reaffirming our spirit for the mission ahead. With renewed courage, we set out to explore the South African Air Force Museum, located close by at the Port Elizabeth Airport, a haven for aviation enthusiasts. For those who revel in the wonders of flight, the museum is an absolute treasure trove of collections. Each aircraft holds its own unique story, with some designs dating back to the Second World War and even earlier, while others represent more recent additions to the aviation history. In the 80s and 90s, these planes frequently soared overhead in my hometown of Bloemfontein. Harvards, Impalas and Mirages. Fond memories came rushing back. During our visit, we were fortunate to encounter a volunteer curator who graciously took us to a second hangar. Inside, we were treated to a remarkable sight: rare planes in the process of being meticulously restored. It was a privilege to witness the dedication and passion of those preserving these aviation treasures. With a mixture of bittersweet emotions, our time in Gqeberha draws to a close. Marked by the setting sun, it's time for us to bid farewell and continue our journey, eagerly awaiting the new experiences that lie ahead. Cheers, Gqeberha and Port Elizabeth.